May 28, 1940 London Cabinet War Rooms. Winston Churchill sits alone at the long wooden table, his cigar untouched, his papers spread before him like a battlefield map. The air is thick with exhaustion and fear. Outside, London prepares for invasion, and inside, the government prepares for collapse. France is falling, the British army is trapped at Dunkirk, and the German war machine looks unstoppable. Churchill knows this may be the day Britain decides whether it will live on its feet or survive on its knees. Only weeks earlier, on May 10, 1940, Churchill became Prime Minister not through victory but through crisis. Neville Chamberlain had failed to stop Hitler, and now the responsibility rests on a man many doubted and some despised. Churchill inherits a war that appears already lost, and he understands something immediately. The danger is not only German tanks or aircraft, the danger is despair. Across the Channel, the French government is already discussing surrender. In Rome, Benito Mussolini waits like a vulture ready to claim spoils. In Berlin, Adolf Hitler watches closely, convinced Britain will soon ask for terms. Within Churchill's own war cabinet, voices rise urging negotiation. Lord Halifax believes peace can be secured through Mussolini before Britain is crushed completely. Churchill listens in silence. He understands the logic. The British army is evacuating under fire, supplies are low, allies are collapsing, and the United States remains officially neutral. Peace now could preserve the empire and save lives, but Churchill also understands history. He knows what peace with Hitler truly means, not coexistence but submission. On this night he walks the corridors of the underground bunker, thinking not of maps but of memory. He remembers the Great War, the broken promises, the treaties that bought time but sold the future. He believes negotiating with Hitler would not end the war, it would only postpone Britain's execution. When the war cabinet meets again, Churchill finally speaks, his voice calm but unyielding. He tells them that if Britain sues for peace, it will lose its soul and eventually its freedom. He does not promise victory, he promises struggle. He knows this decision will cost lives, cities, families, futures, but he also knows surrender would cost something worse: choice. The evacuation at Dunkirk continues, boats large and small crossing the Channel under fire, pulling soldiers from the sea. Churchill understands this moment will define everything. If Britain stands now, it may fall later, but if it kneels now, it will never stand again. In Parliament days later, he speaks words meant not to comfort but to steel the nation. He tells them Britain will fight on the beaches, in the fields and the streets. He is not inspiring hope, he is demanding resolve, and something extraordinary happens. Fear begins to harden into defiance. Hitler waits for the peace offer that never comes. Instead, he orders preparations for invasion and air assault. Britain stands alone yet unbroken. Churchill has gambled everything on belief that resistance itself can change the course of history. As night falls over London and bombers gather across the Channel, Churchill returns to his desk, knowing the worst is yet to come, but also knowing this: by refusing peace when defeat looked inevitable, he has already won something vital: time, and time will give Britain allies, industry, and eventually victory. The war will go on and many will die, but Britain will remain unconquered, because in the darkest moment one man chose defiance over survival and turned refusal into strategy.